It's interesting seeing that picture of Rampage coming back to town. I believe we were his first ever live stream that he ever played on.
I'm feeling really good.
Same with Mariano.
Him and Mariano.
Thanks for the reminder.
And it was the biggest game they ever played. I believe it was a 25-50 game.
Nice to see their growth along with this channel, Rick.
That was a really good.
And it's been a pleasure calling you my partner since day number 1.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Kings for Doug Polk. 5s for Airball. As we lock into the action, hand number 108. Three bets to 14K. And we are definitely deep enough to go set mining. Airball counting his stack. Makes the call.
In this episode of Weekly Poker Hand, we are playing a big game at the Lodge. Bulldog raises it up to $2,000, playing about $162,000 deep, effective. In the cutoff, Ryan, on the button with 6-3 of hearts, says, let's see the flop. Nik Airball, in the big blind, with pocket 5s, says, let's see a flop. And then Doug Polk comes to life in the straddle and makes it $14,000 with pocket kings, ruining everyone else's day. Boo. Back around to Nik Airball. The other two bad hands fold. He's getting okay implied odds. I think in this spot with pocket 5s, you do just need to call the 12,000 more. I realize it's a big bet, but 162,000 deep, you are getting pretty good implied odds. Plus, Doug Polk is the type of player who will triple barrel bluff some portion of the time. So you actually are going to realize those implied odds some portion of the time. If your opponent was a little bit more tight, cautious, or passive, I think folding to 5s actually becomes a little bit better, because then you're just not going to realize full implied odds when your opponent does have a logical bluffing hand but just decides to not bluff it. So, Airball calls. They're ready for war. Let's go to the flop.
I'm stoic here. I'll go ahead and...
I like it.
I'll button it up for you.
I like it.
Doug will c-bet the kings.
The flop comes Queen of Spades, 9 of Hearts, 2 of Hearts. Nik Airball has a bad pair. Doug Polk has an overpair. Doug bets 11,000 into the 33,000 pot, a 1/3 pot size bet. Notice that if he bets the size and Nik Airball calls, the pot's going to go up to 55,000 with about 130,000 remaining in the stacks. So if Doug just bets a turn and then jams the river, he can easily get all the money in. If the stacks were deeper, though, he would want to use a bigger bet size on the flop so that he could then still reasonably get all the money in when the board runs out well enough for him. So, in this spot, he goes for 11. Let's see if Nik Airball calls with the really junky pair.
Bets to 11, and Airball still interested, quickly makes the call.
If you ever watch Nik Airball play, of course he's calling with a really junky pair. Let's go to the turn.
Hearts come in, neither player with a heart.
The turn is the 8 of Hearts. Neither player has a heart. That's for sure. Nik Airball checks. Doug Polk, fully recognizing the Jack-10 gets there. The hearts get there. He could have already been beat. He checks it back. This is a spot where I think a lot of people bet because they think they have the best hand. But notice, betting and getting raised in this situation would be an absolute disaster. Plus, Nik Airball is the type of player who will check good hands looking to check raise. And also, he'll check raise you with some airballs every once in a while, which puts you in a really, really nasty spot with kings with no heart. So, the two heartless players check it through. Let's head to the river.
Doug's going to use a little bit of pot control here.
The river is the 7 of diamonds. What I want to know is with pocket 5s, out of position, what do you think the heartless Nik Airball is going to do? You think he's going to check and just give up? Do you think he's going to bet 20,000? You think he's going to bet 55,000? You think he's going to go all in? Or do you think he might get really frisky and check raise all in? Take a second, think about it. Pause the video and let me know what you think he's going to do in the comments section down below. And while you're down there, if you like these two heartless players, click the like and subscribe button for me.
And after airball checks turn, now checks river.
I think the heartless pocket fives have just a really easy check fold. If it goes check, check, you win sometimes against ace, king, ace, jack, ace, 10, random hands that just decide to give up, like king, jack, that decided to not continue bluffing. So, check. Hope to win the hand.
I think your kings are good here. Jack 10's there, the flush is there. Possible sets for airball. So will Doug still go for value? Imagine so. Hard to call here if you're airball.
After some thought, Doug goes for a $38,000 bet into the $55,000 pot with his pocket kings, which I think is good. This is a spot where a lot of players do not bet thinly for value at all. And to be fair, this pair of kings is not even that thin for value. It's very easy for airball to have a queen in this scenario, maybe even a 9 that decides to hero call. So this is a great spot to go for value. The only risk is that maybe every once in a while your opponent check raises you, but if you've watched this YouTube channel at all, most people don't check raise bluff the river often enough. So you can value bet the kings, get called by a whole lot of worse hands, and if you get check shoved or check raise, you can just fold. Unless, of course, you're against someone whose last name is Airball.
With fives, unless you want to turn him into a bluff.
Oh my God.
And that's what I thought he was considering doing.
Doesn't be nice hand here, Nick.
Turning the fives into a bluff. No hearts in his hand, blocking straights. Quite the ambitious play here from airball, but it might work.
Doug finds this call. It's the biggest part of the day.
After a bit of thought, Nik Airball makes the very non-standard play, especially when you're heartless. And he rips it all in. Maybe in some world, he just thought Doug had a whole lot of medium strength value hands like aces, kings, ace, queen, king, queen, jack. And he thought he would fold it against the shove. So he went for it. Let's see if Doug makes the call.
Go back here.
I'm not sitting by him no more.
1, 3, and 8, right?
He needs too much space, man.
Wow, Nick. I feel like you're bluffing me.
That would be correct. Trying to get a read. Will he go with his gut?
I don't know if I can let this one go. Tens. A queen? A queen here? A queen? Nah, you just call a queen. You gotta have like tens. Nah, tens probably mainly raises.
Tens are very similar to fives.
This is one of those spots where I feel like I'm gonna do the wrong thing no matter what I do.
You gotta test the same queen loose.
No, I'll show you guys what I have because you guys, I got.
It's going to show the kings. Airball doesn't flinch.
Nick. Thing is, I don't think you would do this with a queen. You just either bet or call a queen. I don't think you'd raise. So you gotta have like tens, or like 10-9. 10-9 suited. What hand do you have that makes sense really? I don't really have king jack. It's gotta be like tens. This is nicely played from you. I gotta give you some credit. This is a nicely played hand.
It's a ballsy bluff.
There's so many hands I lose to. I could have a heart. I just have a heart. This is one of those spots where, like, my head says you should let this one go, but my heart says, you know what I'm saying? You're in those spots.
You put me in this spot earlier. Sucks.
thing is, I could just have a heart and put it in. If I did, I would do that. So, and then I would need you to have a hand like King Jack or King 10.
Let us know in the comments if he's calling or folding, folks.
Oh man, this is brutal. My heart says that you're full of shit here.
One for the call, two for the fold. Let us know.
My heart says you're full of shit, Nick. Full of shit. I'm not gonna feel bad tanking. My heart says that you're just full of shit here and you just wanted to show down and then you didn't want to get value bet.
Hey, Doug, we got 20 minutes. We're going to have to hurry this one up.
That's funny. Referencing last night's 24-minute hand.
My heart says you're full of shit. But you could have Jack 10, you could have a set, you could have a flush, you could have a lot of hands. Would you turn a queen to a bluff? You gotta have like... I think I'm gonna let this one go. I'm gonna feel so bad about it though if I'm wrong. Because my heart says I'm doing the wrong thing. Oh! Oh! I hate doing it. I hate holding anything ever. Oh! I could just have a heart though. I could have aces or kings with a heart, and I would just put it in if I had that.
Doug is so good for TV.
I would just put it in if I had that.
Doug is good for he's made for TV.
You know what? You know what's the worst part about this?
What's that?
If I fold and he's bluffing, the celebration that's about to come in, you know? He's gonna helicopter those cards. I don't even know where they're gonna land. and then it's gonna be like, I'm the greatest. It's gonna be a lot, I'm the greatest. Look at him, he's just ready for it. It's like, oh, I'm the greatest. And I think he's full of shit. But if I put it in with this, I put it in with everything. And I just can't do that. Oh my God, I hate my life. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this more than when I folded the queen 9 to you.
You hit it up pretty bad.
I really thought I was gonna win the pot on this hand. I could just have a heart though. I could just have a heart. And I have spades, mad. I could just have a heart. Just have a heart. I could just have a heart. I could just have a heart.
The problem is base for radio, not for TV.
Lays it down. Here comes the celebration.
Oh, Lord.
I look just because
Oh, Lord.
No, you still got the cards. You still got the cards.
So,
I won't show it. I just
I just want to show anyone.
Okay, fine. We're gonna.
Okay, fine. You can.
What a bluff there from Nik Airball.
Me, buddy.
What are you doing? You're a worse player than I thought. Okay, we both lose.
After a lot of talking and a lot of stoicism from these two heartless players, Doug Polk makes a fold, and Nik Airball scoops a giant pot with just a pair of heartless fives.